everybody, Sunspot here with a brand new video review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the NECA 2014 Godzilla. So as you guys may know, it's always a treat to review a NECA Godzilla figure. You know, it's a big turn for NECA to be getting a hold of such a brilliant license, especially with the new movie that just came out and with the sequel in production. And I'm very impressed with this figure. It may not be as good as the 1994 version they made recently, but still an excellent figure at best. So at first glance, you can instantly tell that this guy is well sculpted. He looks exactly as he did in the movie he just appeared in, Godzilla 2014. The head sculpt is pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. I was actually expecting a little more a detail, but you know, it's not really that big a deal. I think I'm just picky when it comes to NECA. As you can see, the eyes are actually a gold color rather than yellow. In the movie, I think they were white. I don't really remember. You could see that they use a single shade of this grayish black on the head. Mainly on the top is where you can tell the most if it focuses. It's just, I really like what they did with all the scales and everything, and it's just really nice. Come on, focus, Mr. Camera. And if you look inside the mouth, it's also really sculpted really well in there. The tongue and each tooth is individually placed and painted, although not perfectly painted, but still painted. And just going down to the neck, just the scales are just like beautiful. I know it's hard to tell on camera, but if you look, like going from about here up to here about to his neck, it's actually like a yellowish goldish shade of gold or something. I don't know, but it really works well with that grayish black color that is the majority of the figure. And I really like what they did with his giant ass spikes on his back. The sculpt is good for these spikes, but the only thing that I would have to complain about is the fact that it's not that grayish black color. It's like they sculpted it and didn't paint it and just put it on this figure because it kind of matches the rest. But in the movie, you could tell that it was a bit of a different color compared to the rest of them, but again, it's... oh well, you know, there's only so much NECA can do. Really like the legs and everything, all these scales on the thigh. And the calves. Calves! Focus, Mr. Camera. And the feet, these little stubby feet. These new feet. See, as you can see. I really like it. Godzilla crotch! Which is also painted with that goldish, yellowish color and whatnot. And then going down all throughout the tail, it's a really cool design they chose. And personally, I like the 2014 Godzilla. Maybe not as much as the originals from the good old days, but it's still a good adaptation. As you can see, the hands are really nice. Come on, camera, focus. Really like it. Side the hands aren't really painted. It's kind of yellowish actually, and everything like that. It's just a really nice sculpt, and it's a good attention to detail if you ask me, you know. And miss anything? No. Ah, man, this figure is just, it's really pretty, especially from a distance, and NECA is really upping their ante with these Godzilla figures. I'm really loving them. One thing I want to mention is that the tail, or at least the tail starting from the second joint, is actually fully rubber, as proof is at the bottom. See these 3 holes? And there's actually 9 of them. And you can bend it in any way you want. You can make it go up or down, side to side. And I really like what they're doing with the tails, and not just these solid plastic pieces that are on really good joints and still look good, but I always think a Godzilla toy should have a rubberized tail. Articulation wise, this guy does have a decent amount. His head can go up and down as well as side to side, but you'll have to hold this separate neck joint, which can also move side to side and up and down, and maybe can rotate 360, but you know, guys, I don't like doing that. The arms are on one single joint that can go 360 out and in and up and down and everything like that. It has a single joint, the elbow, that's a 90-degree angle, and his wrist can swivel side to side, up and down, can rotate 360 degrees, and as far as waist articulation, it's pretty okay. I think they could have done better, but I'm just being picky. It can go up and down just a little bit, and side to side just a little bit, as well as rotate almost halfway to where his thigh, to the middle of his thigh. But I think what restricts it is partly these guys, these giant ass spikes on his back. His legs, I really like the articulation. Where his thigh is a giant joint which can rotate 360 degrees and go in and out and up and down and do all these kinds of different poses, and I really like that. The knee, it does have a joint, as you can see, but it can barely move. It could just move this much up and down, can't go side to side, but can rotate just a little bit. And at the ankle, I think it's supposed to pivot, just not that much, and can go up and down, so that's really good. And the tail's where it gets fancy, just like that 1994 one, has many different joints. So starting here, it can go side to side, up and down, and rotate 360 degrees. And same with this part right under it. It can go left and right, up and down, and everything like that. And same with this joint right below it, and then right below that joint is where the rubberization begins, so you can bend it this way, that way, or whatever you want, however you want to pose him. So as you can see, Godzilla measures at almost 7 inches tall. I would say he's actually exactly at 6.5 and is significantly shorter as well as smaller as the average Pacific Rim Kaiju figure by NECA. All in all, I'm loving this figure. Maybe not as much as NECA's 1994 Godzilla for obvious reasons, but still a great try, considering it was their first Godzilla figure and it was probably a bitch to get this license. And I think we have to credit them for that. So, this was Sunspot with my video review of the NECA 2014 Godzilla. And please like, subscribe, comment, do all that YouTube stuff that you YouTubers, or not YouTubers, but you viewers do. And just let me know what you guys think of this. Maybe if you want me to review something, I got plenty of stuff to review. On Twitter, I'll probably put up a list of stuff that I'm planning to review, so if you guys could recommend something to review first, that would be absolutely wonderful. Anyways, thanks for watching, and catch you next time.